It's Week 12 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Packers and the Lions, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The first of 3 here on this Thanksgiving Day, set for a good one. The Packers and the Lions underway in Detroit. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On play action, Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Tutu Atwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Richardson to the air on first down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Richardson to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards.
It may look routine when you see the finished product, but what a nice job of concentration there. Catching the football on that route and then taking it a nice distance. A great example for an offensive throwing short and running long.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Taylor. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Again, it'll be Taylor. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Zach Pascal, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Right where set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
We've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known the points won't come so easy again.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Second down, here's Richardson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Richardson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And taken right on the 30. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one caught by Ridley. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. The numbers for Ridley a week ago: 8 catches, 115 yards.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Here's 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Green Bay.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
At the 41-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. 7-7, our score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. To throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead. Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Another shot now for this Lions offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, Richardson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Throwing on second and long. Richardson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Milton Williams. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
The current formula is not working right now. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 43-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. Oh, he's going to be stopped up right at that unofficial yellow line, but I do believe he got the 2 yards. Yes, confirmed by the referee. It's a 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. These two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. That is caught, and it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A first down carry by Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback. They also...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson looking to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he is going to have the Lions first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Milton Williams. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hitting.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta, a big one for the Falcons, as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns. Finally, on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for Bears and Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change. There he goes, left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he came into this game within shouting distance of Dan Marino at 61,361 career yards. And with that last play, Charles, he just went past Dan Marino.
I'm struggling over here. And the only reason is when you hear about him passing a Dan Marino,
a legend,
makes you step back and really take stock of his career. And you realize it's not just about the numbers. It's about the accomplishments. It's about the play. How great has his career been to pass Dan Marino's? I'd say pretty darn great.
A handoff left, Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get them.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off play action. Richardson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That's once again complete to Chark. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Richardson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to the air with Richardson. Making the catch, this is the tight end, Oliver. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here is third and quite a ways. Third and long for Richardson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Tucker's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now it's Richardson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Richardson to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Milton Williams getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. A shot downfield for Burks. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Patterson running between the tackles. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. This one caught by Ridley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lions will take over. Time for another look at this Lions offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Again, it's Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 23 yards, the final tally.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They go play action with Richardson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Richardson looking to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs. Keep possession of the football.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. On the slant, Burks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Inside give to Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he is caught. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A give to Elliott running left. And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college there around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Green Bay, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6.
And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.